I'm Alan Zamitis, Special Teams Coordinator and Defensive Backs Coach. I will be your tour guide today. And I wanted to start off first here at the football field, here at Amos Alonzo Stagg Field, where we practice and play. And we will visit that in a little while longer. But first, enjoy the backdrop and welcome to Selinsgrove, Pennsylvania. I first wanted to start off on the tour here at the 9/11 Memorial here for a couple of outstanding student athletes that we've had here in the past at Susquehanna University. The first I would like to introduce to you is Chris Villalonga. He was a captain football player here, tremendous leader, and on and off the field. And Colleen Sapinski, they lost their lives tragically in the 9/11 attacks, and our alumni done a fabulous job giving back. Every 9/11, our football team will come up here, and Coach Perk will, say a few words, and we will pay homage to these fallen Riverhawks. Welcome to the library. The one thing that I want to touch on in this space is this was renovated a couple years back, fully gutted from the inside out to make it more tech savvy, more up to date. Take a walk with me. Over here, I want to talk about this room a little bit. This is the Dr. Richard E. and Sally Caruso Mentoring and Innovation Center. A lot of business classes are actually held in here where they're able to interact with alumni via Skype. And it just allows that bridge to be mended between student and alumni. One thing I would like to mention here, in case that you want to have to take a load off and get some stress off your mind, you have a massage chair here. They actually have a couple of them around campus that you have that you can use at your leisure. Now the second floor is where the books are. I know this is a library, and you must be saying to yourself, "Where's the books?" Well, we have it on the second floor. But again, I want to touch on really quickly, Scholarly Grounds here is the coffee shop. We try to have some sort of eatery, coffee shop, something that you can get a quick bite to eat in every building that we have here. Here to our right is our admissions building. You see, all of our buildings are all out of brick. It just makes it for a more of a beautiful campus, in my opinion. It really weathers the test of time, still looks up to date. But you notice that the building is actually in white brick. It's really there. It's really like that to stand out on campus. For you to find the admissions building, that's the reason why it is actually white. But all of our admissions counselors and everybody that helps us get your application in, they're located in that building. Okay, we are now coming up on the science building, and because we're a liberal arts college, you're going to have the ability to study or have a couple classes in different majors. And you will definitely, your freshman year, have a class here in the science building. This was, I believe, open in 2010. It still has no name on it, believe it or not. So one of you guys that sign here to be a Riverhawk and you become a multi-millionaire, you can get your name right on this building here. All right, welcome to the science building. Just a couple of things I want to note before I talk about what's behind me. There's only 2 traditional classrooms within this building. Every other classroom is lab classrooms. So there's going to be a lot of lab work for you science majors, a lot of time spent in this building. Upstairs is actually the last floor, all the way up at the top, is all green. So, that's a really unique approach to our science building. And then again, there's another eatery. That's what we try to do here. This is actually called Elements, or L's for short. That's what the student body calls it. This is going to be more modeled after your Panera Bread. And that's what we really try to aim towards, try to model it towards something. But this is a place where a lot of people like to eat, and during really good and nice days, a lot of people will come out back where we would have tables and stuff set up where you can enjoy the sunshine and get a bite to eat. I wanted to take you down here because once you pay your dues and after your freshman year you get out of the dorms and you're able to really get to have a little bit different choices in your living quarters. This is upperclassmen housing. This is 18th Street Commons. This is a place where our university bought from the borough of Selinsgrove and then renovated these townhomes here behind me. It's a two-level townhome where you're going to have your own room and you're going to have your own bathroom. But this is a place where you can kind of let your hair down and be a 21-year-old and enjoy the fruits of being a college student. But it's kind of a little bit of ways from the campus, just across the street here. You're still able to get to your classes on time. But again, just giving you a different approach as far as your living quarters goes, and from being in a dorm to being in suite style living. And now what you have behind me is an ability to be in a townhome while you're in college. But again, another great way Susquehanna University has shown to put their money back into where the students live and what they do. All right, we are now here in Fisher Hall where we hold a lot of our football meetings. If that's a squad meeting, it's going to be held in here. If that's any defensive meeting, it will be held in this building as well. But I want to quickly highlight a couple of different deals that we have in Fisher Hall. Up to my right is the Center of Academic Achievement. That is a place where if you're getting a little lost in your major, a little off track in one of your classes, you can go up there and you can get assigned a tutor to help you along. And then over to over my left shoulder is the Center of Career Development. And what that is a place where you can get your resume broke down and built back up again, have your cover letter looked over, and also what I like to call is game day. The interview process is where you can go up there and practice and get mock interviews, so you're able to not only get an interview, but hit it out the park and get that job offer that you really want at the end of the day. But this is a big resource for our football players. And in a moment here, I'm gonna walk you down the hallway and show you where we hold our squad meetings, defensive meetings. This is where we will hold our squad meetings, our special teams meetings, and our defensive meetings. The DB meetings will be held on level 3 of this building. The D-line will be here on the ground level in a classroom in there. And then the linebackers are here with Coach Ruley right in the Thaler Auditorium. Now, a couple years back, when McGregor fought Mayweather, we actually had a fight party in here, got some food for the guys, we had a great time. That was during camp. And I only point that out, guys, is we like to have fun here. We're not the oldest coaching staff. We like to think that we are relatable, but we like to give back. You guys put a lot into this sport, a lot into our program. We try to give back at every turn. So again, this was a resource that's right here on campus that we utilize a lot. And I want to make sure that you guys see that and really know how we utilize it. All right, so this is the music building. This is right across Academic Row. And what this road right here represents is the center of campus. Okay, so on this side of Academic Row is where we have all of the classes. That's what we like to look at it as. And on this side of the street, okay, is all of our living quarters for the most part. So you really can't get lost here at Susquehanna. If you just roll out of bed and just cross this street right here, you're gonna run into your classroom at some point. And then it filters out right to the Garrett Sports Complex, which we're gonna have ability to get in there and look at our facilities in a moment or two. but a beautiful, again, look at our facility there. But I did want to touch on this building. This is our music building. We've had music majors in the past. This is where they get a lot of that done. Also within this music building is Stratansky, where we will hold different seminars and clinics, whether it's time management or learning how to navigate the university itself. But also we have a unique event that we hold every year called the Susquehanna. And what that is our version of the ESPYs. It's a really awesome event where every athlete and person that attends gets dialed up. We try to look our best, try to walk the red carpet as best as we can. And we have our version of the ESPY. So it's a great conclusion to our athletics programs here at Susquehanna. And I really wanted to touch base on an event like that. All right, welcome to the business building, which we call the Sigmund Y School of Business, where our business and finance students spend the majority of their time. To my right is the Bloomberg room, where they have the ticker, which actually was donated by alumni, and our finance students have key access to this room, where they're able to get some great experience in terms of trading live money within their time here. To my left is a couple of areas where you have seen our students go within the what we call the GO program. And what that is it stands for Global Opportunities. And this is really a chance for our kids to get an added experience, to make them more marketable at the end of the day, to get the career that they want. We've had many students, our business students, go abroad to London, where they've gotten some meaningful internships. And here are some examples of where our guys have gone and what they've done. But that program is very instrumental in terms of employment for us. We have just seen that employers value that added experience, and this is exactly what that is. It's a very unique situation where they're one of few in the country that actually make the study abroad program a requirement to graduate. So again, this is something that just makes the student athlete a lot more a cerebral person, but at the end of the day, more of a marketable person to get the job that they want. This is our Lutheran-based church on campus. We are a Lutheran-based university, so we have this church on campus, and it's a beautiful venue. This is a place not only that we hold services, but also we'll have more or less of a job fair, or have people to come in and talk to our prospective business students or communication students within this venue. And also what we've used this venue for is we've had Snoop Dogg actually come and perform in this venue, believe it or not. So it's just an incredible space that we have, but I wanted to make sure I touch on such an incredible building. We are here at the Degestein Center. This is where you're going to have majority of your student services located. Just a couple of things I would like to highlight about this building. There is a main cafeteria inside. Also, this is where you get your care packages from your mom, or any mail that you might receive. Also, there is a made-to-order / grocery mart downstairs, and also we have our bookstore downstairs. So there's a many different layers to this building. You will enter and leave this building a lot during your years here. This is West Village, again, upperclassmen living. Another way that Susquehanna's done a really good job just putting money back into the living quarters, into the social aspect here at Susquehanna. But this is where you and a roommate will have your own room, have your own bathroom. And you know, to be honest with you, this is where if I was a student athlete here, this is where I would live. You're right in the mix, right on campus, a few steps away from getting a bite to eat. And then, you know, all the while close enough to get to your class within 5 minutes. But right up here is the Sassafras Sports Complex, where you're going to have field hockey, lacrosse, baseball, softball, soccer being played up there. It's a great venue. They just had the turf put in a couple years back, and they got a new scoreboard. So it's again a great venue, great facilities that Susquehanna has, and everybody's been very, very successful here. Not only the football team, but other sports. So it's just a really, really great time to be a part of what Susquehanna is doing. I'm standing in the middle of the infamous freshman dorms. To my right is Smith, and to my left is Reed. This is where you freshmen for 1 year will slum it out a little bit and stay in a dormitory. Now, these dormitories do have air conditioning, so no need to worry. I get that a lot. Do they have air conditioning? We're not that old school. All right, guys, this is the field house. It's a great, great space for us to get literally anything done within our football program. If there's bad weather, we can come inside, put some sneakers on, get the work in. During winter, the winter times when we just get back here on campus in January, we can get into our winter strength and conditioning program. And when there's some bad weather outside, again, we're right in here getting our speed work in, getting stronger, faster. And during the COVID times, because we have such a space like this, we were able not only to stay open, but maintain our workout schedules by bringing the racks from inside the Chris Villalonga Sports Performance Center and bring them right in here to the field house, and we were able to conduct business as usual. All right, guys, we're at the Amos Alonzo Stag Hat. We're one of the few schools in the country that still have a touch tradition like Clemson does. Actually, ESPN in 2009 came down here and had us featured within the Touch Tradition story across the country. And what this is an opportunity for us to touch the hat and leave all stresses outside of these gates as we go out and practice and play. But Amos Alonzo Stagg is very instrumental to the development of the game of football. He's one of the founding fathers, if you will. He coached here, so we're more or less woven in the history of college football. Welcome to Doug Arthur's Stadium at Amos Alonzo Stagg Field. This is where we get our business done, where we practice and play. We play 2 night games underneath the lights here in Selinsgrove. And we have the orange seats here for you moms and dads. Those are reserved for you to come watch your son play each and every Saturday, right on the 50-yard line. A great look. But this is where all the magic happens, folks. And also, I would like to touch on the fact that we do a great job tailgating. Right across the railroad tracks behind the stadium here is where all that goes on. And Coach Perk, he encourages us to get out there and break bread with you guys. So we will not miss that for anything. And good thing we've been winning more than losing, because it's just a great time for us to really get to know each other. All right, guys, welcome to the Chris Villalonga Sports Performance Center. This is where our alumni put their money and efforts together to raise over $600,000 in renovations. We have around 18 squat racks in here, and we have everything really to get you to reach your potential sooner than later. This whole thing would not mean anything if we did not have the correct driver of this room, being our strength conditioning coach. Our strength and conditioning coach is from the University of Buffalo. He's a football guy that means something. He knows how to get you stronger and faster, and also work you out as far as skill specific. So it's a very unique approach. I would definitely argue the fact that a lot of Division III strength and conditioning coaches don't have a football background. Ours does. This is Bento Sushi. This is, again, an eatery right inside the Garrett Sports Complex where your son could get a bite to eat and then come right up here to our student athlete lounge, where after he gets his food, he can come up here, watch some TV, get some studying done. You know, of course, lay back, socialize with his friends. Before practice is a chance to decompress. This space is used a lot. It also is used if I need to go over a play or two within our offense or defense or special teams. We can sit down and do this as well, being that we're in a pandemic. So this is a great space for us that we have, and it's a chance for them to really get to branch out outside of football, meet other people in other sports that might be using this space as well.